Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Yen and happy new year. I am so excited to film this video because I have never really spent this much time on Notion to create something like this, and this video is not sponsored by Notion, but I would love to be. I wanted to create a book bullet journal for my reading and just to track everything, but I just know that I won't be able to keep up with the book journal because I never really do. And I feel like Notion is just so easy to use because I can access Notion on my computer or on my phone. I can easily access this, whereas I have to bring my book journal or like spend time thinking about the pages and what templates I would want to use and stuff like that. So I feel like I spend too much time thinking about perfecting my bullet journal that I won't be able to get anything done. And I feel like I am also the type where if I mess up in my journal, it's pretty much over. So I just have tried a bullet journal for my planner like back in the days, and it just never worked out. So I feel like I didn't want to try that, but maybe next year, who knows. But I am loving the system that I created on Notion for my reading, and I just wanted to share. Hopefully it's helpful and you guys can be inspired. I will link some videos down below that really inspired me and helped me, and I just wanted to mesh the videos together and create something of my own that I can use. I feel like it's pretty thorough, so I'm just so excited. So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so I don't even know where to start or what to share, but I guess I'll just run down my entire journal. So from the home page, you can see I basically added a cover page, and I feel like a cover picture makes it so pretty. And then I also added a little icon and a little quote at the top because this is from the 7-Year Slip, and that's like my favorite book. And I just thought the quote was very inspiring because it says, "Nothing lasts forever, not the good things, not the bad, so just find what makes you happy and do it for as long as you can." That's like what I want going into 2025. I have a little navigation toggle button right here, and I have library, reading goal tracker, authors and genres. So this is a breakdown of what you will see in my full reading log. And I also got this little customization thing from Indify. I think this is the website, Indify. I thought it would be fun to click every time I finish a book. And then I have my old library page that I will show you guys, and eventually after I move everything to my new library, I will delete that page. And then I also have a leaderboard page that I will show you later. Then down here I have my 2025 reading goals. I have read 50 books, prioritize mood reading, focus on completing series, and work on my physical TBR. And then on the other side, I thought it was very appealing, or I just like seeing everything because I'm a visual learner. So I thought it was cool to show all the books that I'm currently reading, and every time I mark that in my reading log, it will appear here, and I just like the look of that. So right now I'm currently reading Apprentice to the Villain and The Christmas Fix, even though Christmas is like long over. Then I have my 2025 book corner. So this is basically a gallery view of all the different pages. If I were to have a notebook, they're all like pages that I would want. I went on Pinterest and also looked at different people's like YouTube videos, so I tried to include everything. But also I forgot to mention that I just started creating this, so it's going to be pretty empty, and I'm hoping to fill it up after this video. I'm excited to fill it out as the year goes by. And then I have my 2025 reading vlog down here, so after I read different books throughout the year, it will show down here, and I just want to see all the books that I've read. I think I might create a gallery view later on so that it's just not a table, but let's show you guys. So I'm going to create a gallery view and link that to my library. This is the gallery view. I will put the gallery view. So that will be a gallery view of all the books, and then this is the table. And obviously I'll show you guys when I put some books down there, but I will show you guys my library, I guess. So this is my full library, and I haven't really included all the books. I started putting all of the books that I read, but I obviously have a lot left to do. I wanted to put some just so that I can show you guys an example, but this is like a lot of information. So I have a bunch of different, I guess, categories. So right here I have the title, the authors, and I have the status, so whether I have read this book yet or not. So like TBR, in progress, read, paused. That's like for soft DNFing, and then DNF'd. And then I have the star rating here. I have the book type because I am curious whether the book is in a series or it's a standalone. And then I have the series name that I would put here, and this is linked. So when I click on this series right here, it will take me to this page, and then I will see other books in the series down here, the author, the series length, and then how many books I've read in the series, and my progress for the series. So right now I put that there are 2 books in this series, and technically I haven't finished the Christmas Fix yet, so it should be 0, but because I wanted to link it together, it counted it as 1, so I'm 50%. And then I wanted to include the month that I read this. So for 2025, I'm going to include the year as well as the month, so that way I can sort it later on. And then everything from the past, I will put 2024, 2023, or if I don't know, I'll include like a new category that will say past. So it'll be there. So since I haven't, well, I guess I can just mark it right now. And then I included the dates when I started reading and then when I will finish. And I also have current page that I'm on so that I can see the progress. So let's say right now I'm about on 112. It will update the reading progress and you will see that. And I think that's so satisfying because it's kind of like motivating as well. And then I have hours listened if I listen or if I am listening to this book on audio. So let's say I'm listening 3 hours into this book and there are 10 hours total, so you can see that. But if I'm not listening to it, then it will just be empty. I have the genre here, and these are the different categories that I have. And then I wanted to include tropes as well, just so that when I refer back and, you know, make videos or something, I know what I'm talking about. So I have different tropes there. And then the reading format is basically how I'm reading this. I'm currently reading this book on my Kindle. I also own the physical, but that's just not the way I'm reading, so I'm just putting that there. So I have Kindle, physical, Libby, audiobook, or mixed media if I'm, you know, listening to it in multiple ways. And then I have collection format, so this is what type of format do I own, and I have the paperback version. I also have hardback, Kindle, ARC, and do not own. So if it's an ARC that I received, I will put ARC, and then paperback or like ARC and Kindle. And then I have the publication year here, just so I know, you know, how recent it is and stuff like that. And then here is my goal. So right now I only have my 2025 reading total that I will click and link it to that page, so that every time I finish the book and I link it together, it will update my reading progress. And I really like that. So right now it says that I've read 2, but technically I'm in the middle of 2. And then I will have my reading goal here, the percentage complete, which I think I will hide this, so that way it'll just show my progress bar. And I really like this as well. Here it'll list all of the books that I've read for the year. And then here it'll link to my challenges, so different challenges that I have. And then here I have 4 videos that I've created and books that I've mentioned in that video, so that I can go back and refer to that. But that's basically my full library. Then I created different shortcuts that is easier for me to visualize and see. So this is like the tab for books that I'm currently reading. So I have these 2 books, and this is what will show on my home page here. So if I go here to my library and I mark this as, because I added a filter, and let's say I finished it read, it will remove that from this, and then you won't see it here. Then I have a tab for all of the books that I've read. Okay, so I didn't add a filter for this one, so I'm going to add a filter for my status, and it will say all the books that I've read. And so if I haven't read it yet, it won't appear here. And so it's going to be nice to see all of the books that I've read, and I might sort this by year as well. And then I have my TBR, so this will have all of the books that are on my TBR that I am not reading yet, and I'm very excited to do this page. Then here are books that I DNF'd, and so far I do have one right here. This is How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. I tried to read this in December and I didn't like it, so you guys can see here my progress. I was 28% of the way through it and I DNF'd it. So it's pretty helpful if I want to go back to a book that I have DNF'd. Here I'm going to have all of the books that I've read in 2025, so I like seeing that. And then here I created a page for my 5-star reads, and I'm pretty excited to look back on this, and I can sort this by the year as well. And then here I put past reads, so I don't know why I have past reads and read. I'll get back to that, and I might delete one or something, but basically it's nice to see different pages, and you will see these pages later on in different areas of my journal. And so we move on to my second page, which is my reading goal tracker. And this is really simple. It's basically my progress. And here I have the page for all of the authors, and I am going to include an icon for all of these. But I created a page for all the authors that I have and the number of books that I have by them, or series as well. So it'll be nice if I wanted to look up Lucy Score and see all the books I have by her, how many books I have, and series and stuff like that. So it's pretty empty right now, but I just wanted to have a list of authors that I think I should also sort by. This is sorting by their first names, which I don't mind. So then the last page that I have here is genres. So I have a gallery view, and I still need to include a picture for the covers, but I have romance, young adult, academia, dark academia, historical, mystery, literary, romantasy, and fantasy. So then for my 2025 leaderboard, I wanted to create this because I don't know yet, but I wanted to do kind of like a bracket and eventually narrow down my favorite book of the year, because I couldn't create, or I don't really know how to create a bracket kind of graph. I wanted to do different rounds, so I broke down the year and have my January fave all the way to my December fave, and then I will go to round 2, which will have my fave 1 will be my favorite from January to March, my fave 2 will be April to June, and so on. And then my round 3 will be based on round 2, and then I'll narrow it down to my final winner at the end of the year. So going back to my reading journal, I already mentioned my goals and my currently reading, so I feel like this is where majority of the things happen. So now under the reading vlog for the year, I have the 2 books, and then also you will see their cover here. I forgot to show you guys my old library. So this is my old library, and I had my physical TBR, so I divided it into 2 sections or 2 charts. This left side I have all of the standalones, and then my series log on the other side. Before, when you go to my series and you opened ACOTAR, I will have this graph, and it will show if I finished the book or not, the titles, the status, whether I own, not released, or it's out but I need, and then the date I read, and my rating. So maybe I'll do something like this in the other one. So the first folder I have is my new releases, and here there are going to be all of the new releases that I mentioned in my video. It's pretty helpful to do this at the beginning of the year and then see what comes out, and it's like kind of like a guide. So next I have my monthly, and here I have January all the way to December. I feel like this is where I'm going to spend most of my time, if not the library. I created a template, so every time I open up a new month, I click monthly and it will autofill for a blank template for me to use. And so at the top so far, I only have books read, and that will be the total number of books that I've read for the month. I'll go in and put that at the end, and here every month I want to put mini goals that I have, and then also my TBR here. So every time I finish my book, I will be able to check it, and then I can also see all of the books on my TBR. Here I wanted to create a side for video ideas because I'm also a content creator, so I wanted to have some sort of way to, you know, include my work and what I'm planning for the month. And then down here will be all of the books that I've read for the month. So right now I have nothing for the month because I have nothing sorted for February. And then at the bottom I have notes down here for whatever else I want to put. And you know, this is like a little brief template that I created, so I don't know what else I want to include in this template, but I just thought that this was pretty simple and all that I really need right now. And then I have challenges here, so I wanted to, you know, have the different challenges. And let's say my A to Z challenge, you will see my progress with the challenge. So far I've completed 2, and that's because Apprentice to the Villain, I put it under A. And then I think I selected the other book, but I didn't add it here yet. And then I also have my 50 books here. So right here, after I read a book and I include that challenge, you will see it here, 50 books I need to read. And so far it said that I haven't read any, because when you go to, let's say, Apprentice to the Villain, and I check that under my challenges, when I added 50 books and I go back to my challenges and go to the 50 books challenge, it will say 1. And then I don't know why it's not showing up here. Need to read. Now it will filter to all of the books linked to this page, and you will see the book here. So I also added a view that you can see the author and the genre, so it'll be cool to briefly see that information out here. And then challenges, I have book bingo and 25 books in 2025. I have a list of the 25 in 2025, but I'm probably going to make it similar to the gallery view. I just like the gallery view because I get to see the book cover and then the information, so I think I might do that. And then under challenges, the book bingo, I didn't really know how to do this yet, so I'm still thinking about it. So far I just did like a 5 by 5. So let's create a gallery view. So that's what I'm going to name this. And I think I might do a 5 by 5. So let's say for the book bingo, I want to read a borrowed book, and so that will be something there. And then let's say part of a series. Down here, read a mystery book. I wonder if I can make it so that it's just 5 by 5. This will be my bingo kind of template, and then when I go back, you will see the cover of the book here. So let's say I read a borrowed book. So I have Love Life Farms here, and I'm going to, I usually like that. I'm going to edit this and make the gallery show my cover fit. Do I like it small? No, small will make it. What about large? Oh, okay. If I make it large, a large view, then it'll be 5 by 5. So that will be good. So then when you go back, those were all of the challenges that I have. And if I wanted to add a new challenge, I would just have it down here. Next up, I have my trackers. So far I have 2, my DNF tracker and my series tracker. So here, if I open DNF, that was the gallery view that you guys saw earlier. Let's say this book, I don't have the icon for it yet, so I'll go ahead and add that. So now I go to DNF, you will see that book right there and the cover. And I like that you can see the author, the progress when I stopped, or listened and the genres. So if I add that book title here to my DNF, it will count the books that I have DNF'd. I got distracted and I didn't show you guys the information for each book, but that's where I'm going to have my DNFs. And then my series are here, and I have to add a cover that I want for the series, but so far I have the different series here, and I also sorted this. So I have started series, so that these are the series I'm in the middle of. Ongoing are going to be series that I am caught up on, and then completed series are obviously series that I've finished. And then I also have a DNF'd for a series that I DNF'd and don't plan on continuing. So or you can see all of the series here. So I really like that. Again, the author I included and how far along I am into the series for each one. But over here I have a full page for my booktube and all of the book video ideas and my calendar and different notes that I have there. I don't want to go into that one because it's pretty personal. And then I have my book expenses, and this is pretty empty right now, so I'm glad, but it won't be empty soon. And I have the month of books that I've purchased here, the book title, the price, the place that I bought the books from, whether it's a pre-order so that I also know that I don't have it yet or it's not coming soon, when I expect it to be delivered, and the reason for purchase. Is there ever a reason? But I wanted to include that, and I don't know if I'm going to keep this page the way it is, but that's what I have so far. And also I have a sum at the bottom, so I know how much I've spent for the month or the year. And I don't know whether I want to break down like a table for each month yet, or if I plan on just doing it for 2025. So right now I do have it for 2025, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. And then the last, I guess, folder that I have is my wish list, and here will be all of the books that I want. So I have the title, the author. I'll make it a select drop down instead, so that way I won't have to keep writing the same author every time I want a book by them. And then I have the price, the release date, the retailer where I plan on buying the book. And so that's basically all of my book corner. I forgot to mention one thing, and that is the book information. When you go to my library, my full library, and I want to add a new book, I will add a new page, and let's say I want to add Onyx Storm because that's the new book coming out, and I'm very excited for that book. I will open that, and it will have everything that I basically need to fill out, and I will basically do that here instead of like going through each column. And so I'm going to include now the author, so I will put Rebecca Yarros, and if it's new, it's just going to create a new page for me. So Rebecca Yarros is part of the Empyrean series, and then this is the status, so it's on my TBR. It's just easier to go to the book and then input all of the information instead. Once I fill it out here, it'll show up where it needs to show up, and it's pretty nice. So that was everything that was on my Notion reading journal. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Again, I will try to link the videos that helped me put this together down below, and feel free to share your book reading journal with me because I would love to get some ideas. And I know that it was pretty complex, might be a little confusing, a little too much, but honestly I love it, and I'm just so excited to fill this out now that I've completed it, because the daunting part is over. Hopefully I can carry this through the years. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.